crypto and world commerce, really, they go hand in hand. Let's look at some of the facts and the aspect of it. It's resilient to market volatility, remains strong. Okay, but especially one thing that's really out there is super powerful in cryptocurrency is called decentralized finance. They're recovering from the crypto winter that we've all gone through on planet Earth over here. But really, you're looking at a huge rise. There's over 100,000 businesses on planet Earth that now accept crypto payments. That's big, and it's getting bigger, especially considering that this little form of currency existed on a piece of paper in 2008, and the first aspect of actually a transaction took place in 2010. Here we are just a few years removed from that time period, and all of a sudden now 100,000 businesses are using this thing. It's not backed by any government on the earth whatsoever. It's all a voluntary system. Nobody has to take it. The reality is, though, that people have a lot of positivity about it because people can save money. Instead of paying 3.5% on a credit card when you walk in there, they might pay 1% and actually save that 2.5% and keep it in their pockets instead of some other institutions' pockets. Several sports teams now accept crypto for tickets and merchandise. Microsoft accepts crypto with BitPay. AT&T, the third largest U.S. mobile service, accepts crypto. Switzerland, taxes and businesses with Bitcoin. Crypto payments, their apps reached about planning on 2 billion by the end of 2024. So the demand in e-commerce is shared by both the consumers and the merchants. A Deloitte study detailed about 65% of their clients are interested in using cryptocurrency, and 87% of the businesses believe enacting crypto provides a competitive advantage. They're expecting 75% of businesses plan to accept DeFi payments by 2024. All that being said, crypto has the ability to sit down and become a big juggernaut in the aspect of undermining a lot of fiat currencies, undermining current systems, and probably one of the biggest things is a thing called speed. It is fast. You can write a check. You can write a check to a company in France. You deposit, you send it to them. If it's a manual check, how many days does it take to get there? The bank looks at the check, they think about it. The banks, if you go online, you'll see that, it takes us 2 days to process stuff. You try to do a foreign transaction, it's not going to happen in 2 days with a manual check. The other part of a manual check is as part of a volunteer organization, and all of a sudden we had somebody writing checks under American organization over in France and Germany. It's like, huh? And so they've had to stop the whole thing. It took us almost 5 months to get the whole transaction straightened out, but somebody is bouncing checks off of us from other countries across the ocean. So that you have the manual part. But nowadays people write electronic checks. You do different transactions and everything, except for the fact it still takes time. People want to make certain the third party checks to make certain the money's really in the bank before we pay that off. You have a 2 to 3 day delay a lot of times on any type of foreign transaction. Crypto removes all those intermediaries and put a stop on everything. I have this many BTC, this many Bitcoin. Okay, it costs this amount, boom, the transaction happens, it's carved in blockchain, and boom, 20 minutes later, it doesn't matter if it's the United States and India, 20 minutes later, boom, it's carved in a blockchain somewhere and the transaction is complete. You have the hyper speed that can happen. Yes, it's slower than Visa. Visa does 24,000 transactions per second. Okay, and Bitcoin does a whole 7 to 12, or maybe even now even faster. But the reality it comes down to is, boom, it happens. It's faster. It becomes a form of payment. Another aspect of this is it really has more potential customers. When you start dealing with some developing countries, the reality is their financial system is really slow. A lot of times archaic. People are doing manual work in them rather than having computers do it. Computers can't be trusted sometimes because of security levels. So you have that aspect of it. Merchants open their business to more potential customers. You have X amount of people. You have this many aspects of people coming in. I mentioned previously that cryptocurrency is used primarily by that group of people that really are the innovators that are out there, and really opinion leaders an awful lot. It just depends what it happens. So when you talk about cryptocurrency, you want to capture those people that are on the cutting edge, that people listen to when it comes down to the leading edge, the influencers. Crypto is a big deal. You land those people as your customers. They talk an awful lot, and you hear them talking about crypto. More people will come, and they also tend to stay loyal. It's a big deal. And now you're dealing with world transactions, global transactions. Banks are slow to adopt crypto, but the payment sector is the one that really counts. And they're adopting crypto primarily due to speed. They can get their money faster rather than having to wait for the banks as well. Everybody is tired of waiting, so you have that. Let's just speed up our world a little bit faster. It doesn't sound very good, does it? Anyway, so crypto payments means producing new payment system, some powered by blockchain. Blockchain slow, but it really is precise and very secure. And then dump the intermediaries, just reduce the number of them down, and all of a sudden your payment costs go down, the time and chargeback rates totally change. The crypto payments are exchanged into fiat currencies to pay merchants and so on. You have all kinds of different things built into the system of crypto. You're going to see things happening. Future innovations are going to allow a lot more cryptocurrency to be used in payment making and receiving them. So people will be paying more across planet Earth as well as receiving more, and it'll be faster in the process and actually much more secure. DeFi technology really in the aspect of people going ahead and have a decentralized finance, which is what DeFi stands for. Decentralized finance is totally different in the aspect of the centralized finance of the bankers. Everybody, you will be able to send me a payment directly, and no bank is going to have to sit down and check to make certain the money's there. It is totally a transaction between two individual parties with no intermediary. It goes faster and it's secure than you have if you had an intermediary party. So as crypto adoption among customers increases, the demand from merchants and from consumers is going to rise simultaneously. Merchant adoption, leveraging the robust operational processes with the different payment gateways that we have out there, is going to really make everything go a lot faster, and the gradual progression from increased customer flexibility as well as global merchant growth. Here's some of the source material. Really, crypto and world commerce, fast payments, and contract fulfillment in many, if not any country on planet Earth in minutes. Low fees, secure transaction, no currency differentiation, no trying to swap currencies, trying to get a dollar for a franc or a pound or whatever it may be. All of a sudden, it's all crypto, it's Bitcoin, it's this. You have these super fast transactions in the same currency, really, by today's standards, is lightning speed. Crypto and world commerce, they go hand in hand, and that may drive the speed of crypto adoption more than anything else. Take care.